Live from downtown Detroit, home of WDIV and Click on Detroit, Local 4 News at noon starts now.
President Trump is set to visit Kenosha, Wisconsin, a week after the police shooting of Jacob Blake. We'll tell you why local and state leaders are asking him not to come. But first, a tragic accident in Oakland County. A father killed after a tree falls on his minivan. That story topping our news here at noon. Thank you for joining us. I'm Evrod Cassimy. That 42-year-old father was killed right in front of his own daughter while driving in White Lake Township. And now an investigation is underway to determine what caused that tree to fall. Local 4's Rob Maloney joins us now live with more on this tragic story.
Yeah, good afternoon, Evrod. This is a most tragic wrong place, wrong time story. We're at Williams Lake Road, just north of Vanden, by the White Oaks Golf Course here. Busy street behind me. A father, 42 years old, and his 18-year-old stepdaughter out for a drive going southbound on Williams Lake Road. And we're going to show you video here from last night because the accident happened roughly about 6 o'clock last night. But crews were out here until later on in the evening, 10, 11 o'clock, midnight, as a tree crew came and cut the tree off of the vehicle. The father, the 42-year-old, was declared dead at the scene here, and they had to cut his stepdaughter out of the vehicle, and she was transported to the hospital. Now, one of the things that the neighbors have been saying out here is that there have been tree trimming crews that were out here working on the trees in the last week or so. They wonder if perhaps that had anything to do with this. Now, the video that we looked at and shot just moments ago did not display a lot of trees that might have been trimmed by a DTE crew, but we don't know precisely what the status of that is. We've been in touch with DTE, and they have investigators out looking at the situation, looking as to whether they had crews out here or whether it was just one of those tragic accidents where a tree just decided at some odd moment to fall over. And so White Lake Police were involved in this along with Waterford PD. It's right on the Waterford-White Lake border. They were all here on the scene last night, having shut the road down for most of the evening. They are investigating, still trying to figure out precisely what happened. We're going to be talking to them just this afternoon. So we'll have an update coming up on Local 4 News at 5 and 6. So live in White Lake, Rod Maloney, Local 4.
What a horrible tragedy. Rob, thank you for the update there. The other top story that we are following for you here at noon, a woman is in the hospital after a shooting during a home invasion. And this happened earlier this morning on Auburn Street, right near Evergreen Road and Ann Arbor Trail. That's on Detroit's west side. Local 4's Victor Williams joins us live this afternoon with an update on where the investigation is right now. Victor?
Yeah, Ron, well, this is one of those stories where you have to ask yourself the question, if you're not safe at home, then where can you be safe? But police are now investigating that shooting that happened on Auburn Street around 3:50 a.m. and sources say that the 32-year-old victim was in the kitchen of the home when a masked man somehow forced his way into one of the doors of the house. From there, reports say that the man pulled out a handgun, firing a single shot, striking the woman and leaving her in a pretty bad state. We are told that she is now in the hospital in critical condition and she's hoping to make a speedy recovery. But in the meantime, officers are now working to get to the bottom of this as soon as possible to find out who's responsible. And with that being said, if you know anything about this, police, they want to hear from you. You can leave an anonymous tip with Crime Stoppers at 1-800-SPEAK-UP. Reporting live from the police headquarters, Victor Williams, Local 4. Back to you.
Victor, thank you for the update there. Right now, we want to switch gears and keep you updated on your forecast on this first day of September, Tuesday. Meteorologist Brandon Rue joins us now live from Grosse Pointe Woods with how things are looking for us as we begin a new month.
Well, a little bit of good, a little bit of shakiness, iffiness, with a summer-like afternoon shaping up and a cold front getting set to move through. So that combination usually equals a couple of showers and storms at least. Look at these temperatures: 80 at Metro, 81 City Airport, 80 Mount Clemens, 81 Howell, but Lansing's at 73. That's right where that cold front is crossing. We do have a heat index, which means the humidity is up a little bit. So it feels a couple, 2-3 degrees warmer than the actual air temp. We should hit about 83 by 2 o'clock. And then as that front pushes through, we'll scale back just a little bit. But by about 2 o'clock, if not sooner. We'll have some scattered showers. They should get a little heavier this evening. We'll track that a little bit later coming up, but did want to let you know that the risk area has expanded. It was south of I-94 this morning, but now we are looking at most of Metro Detroit on a marginal risk for severe weather. That's the lowest risk category, but damaging wind, hail, and a couple of stronger cells this afternoon. So we have that going on this afternoon, this evening, Evrod. We've got more wet weather to look at for Wednesday, and we'll do that coming up.
All right, Brandon will be checking in with you again shortly. We do want to talk now about Ford Motor Company. The company expected to announce plans as early as this week to cut 1,000 salaried jobs in North America. That news, according to Bloomberg. And it comes as the automaker is expected to report a full year operating loss. Also, it's believed to be part of Ford's 2-year global restructuring. The cuts are aimed at improving Ford's efficiency. The publication believes the cuts are expected to come in the form of voluntary buyouts. And now to the latest on the coronavirus here in Michigan. We might learn more this week about the reopening of gyms, movie theaters, ice rinks, and bowling alleys, which have all been closed since the first executive order went into place. The governor is expected to hold a news conference sometime this week where she is likely going to reveal more information. Also, the MHSAA might take another look at playing football this fall. That is, if the governor does change the executive order. The state reports 451 new cases of coronavirus over the last 24 hours, and that brings the total to 102,468 cases since March. There have also been 7 more lives lost, with the statewide death toll now at more than 6,400. Detroit's memorial to those lives lost to COVID-19 is open to the public today and tomorrow. It's there on Belle Isle. And just yesterday, on Monday, families and friends who lost loved ones were able to drive through the site. More than 900 posters with photos and names of Detroiters and first responders who died from COVID-19 between March and August 18th were listed there for you to visit. The memorial yesterday also had 15 funeral processions. The economic impact of the pandemic, though, has been hard for many Detroiters who rent their homes. And this morning, the group called Detroit Action rallied at the Spirit of Detroit statue. They're calling for a continued moratorium on evictions and foreclosures to protect Detroiters. The group wants protections to continue until the end of the pandemic and a recovery period. In other news this afternoon, President Trump plans to visit Kenosha, Wisconsin today against the wishes of Democratic leaders there. The city, as you know, has erupted in violence and protests after police shot a black man in the back multiple times, and then a white teenager killed 2 demonstrators. Tracy Potts joins us this afternoon with a look ahead at the president's trip.
The White House says the president wants to bring unity to Kenosha, but the governor, the mayor, and other local leaders think the president's visit could do just the opposite.
Hours before traveling to Kenosha, Wisconsin today, President Trump on Fox overnight comparing police shootings to golf.
But they choke, just like in a golf tournament. They miss a 3-foot.
You're not comparing it to golf because, of course, that's what the media.
I'm saying people choke.
People panic.
Choke.
The president's expected to survey riot damage and meet with police after appearing to defend 17-year-old Kyle Rittenhouse, facing murder charges after killing 2 people in the chaos.
He was trying to get away from them, I guess, it looks like, and he fell, and then they very violently attacked him.
The violence we're seeing in Donald Trump's America.
Joe Biden blaming the president.
He's rooting for chaos and violence.
And promising to prosecute looters.
Rioting is not protesting. Looting is not protesting. Setting fires is not protesting. None of this is protesting. It's lawlessness, plain and simple.
Today's visit against the advice of local leaders.
I felt that the timing was wrong.
This is not about politics. This is about my son.
The president is not expected to meet the family of Jacob Blake, whose police shooting sparked the protests. He says he declined a phone call because the family wanted their lawyer on the line.
Now we're hearing that folks on the ground, community leaders, are counter-programming the president's visit. They're organizing some things to pull people away from the downtown area where President Trump will be in hopes of avoiding any more trouble. I'm Tracy Potts.
Tracy, thank you. New at noon, Ivanka Trump is going to be in Warren tomorrow to visit General Motors Global Tech Center, and she's going to be joining GM CEO Mary Barra for a tour of GM's Technical Learning University. Still to come here on Local 4 News at noon, Walmart is stepping up its efforts to compete with Amazon. We'll tell you when its new membership service will be available to all shoppers. But first, tensions rise in Los Angeles after a police-involved shooting there. We'll have the details on that one for you coming up.